Jesus calls Philip and Nathanael. John 1:43-46. The next day, he decided to go to Galilee, and he found Philip. And Jesus said to him, "Follow me." Now Philip was from Bethsaida, the town of Andrew and Peter. Philip found Nathanael and told him, "We have found the one about whom Moses wrote in the law, and also the prophets, Jesus, son of Joseph, from Nazareth." But Nathanael said to him, "Can anything good come from Nazareth?" Philip said to him, "Come and see."
Y la próxima Jornada Mundial de la Juventud tendrá lugar en Asia. Será en Corea del Sur, en Seúl. Así, en el 2027, desde la frontera occidental de Europa, se trasladará al lejano Oriente.
South Korea has become famous around the world for K-pop and K-culture, but it's also the only divided country in the world. It was a devastating war of attrition, unprecedented in human history. The 3-year war left much of Korea in ruins. Until about 60 years ago, South Korea was the poorest country in the world, with a per capita income of less than $100.
서민금융을 담당하게 될 한국국민은행이 지난 1일 개점했습니다.
민족중흥의 대동맥 서울 부산 간 고속도로가 완전 준공을 보았습니다.
South Korea's remarkable economic growth has been called the miracle on the Han River and stunned the world.
단기 4293년 4월 19일
At the same time, the entire country fought a fierce fight against dictatorship and developed into a democracy. Korea is the only country to industrialize and become a democracy in just 80 years. And it's always been the young people at the forefront of this dynamic transformation. The history of the Catholic Church in Korea also began with awakened youth. The first person baptized into the Catholic Church in Korea was Peter Yi Seung-hoon, a young man. In the early days of Catholicism in Korea, the faith was not spread through the efforts of foreign missionaries, but rather the church community formed as the young people searched for the truth, thereby discovering and embracing the Christian faith. It's a story without precedent in the history of the church. The next 100 years were marked by persecution. Korean society, with its rigid caste system, refused to accept the doctrine that all are equal before the Lord, and the young church members had to sacrifice much to defend their faith. In those 100 years, over 10,000 of them gave their final witness as they were martyred for practicing their faith. But as the persecution intensified, the faith of the young believers grew stronger, and the gospel of Christ spread and put down roots in Korean society. In every crisis, the teachings of the gospel have borne fruit. Even under the threat of dictators, the Catholic Church in Korea stood by the people in defense of democracy and human rights and preached the young Jesus, who always stood with the weak. The 240-year history of the Korean Catholic Church has been a journey filled with a passionate desire to bring the kingdom of God to earth. It has been, in short, a pilgrimage of hope in the midst of suffering. We are excited to have you join us on this path and embark on a new journey with you. WYD Seoul 2027 is a bit special as it is the first World Youth Day to be held in a non-Christian country. In 2027, you will encounter a country of many cultures and religions, a divided country in desperate need of peace and reconciliation, and young Koreans who have bravely witnessed to their faith in a land of dry bones. You will experience how faith can change lives and how it can address the very real concerns of young people. And at the end of your pilgrimage, you will surely find new hope because we always have